much ado, I would like to invite our trainer who has a vast experience on coding through Scratch. He's also a trainer, an MIE fellow, a teacher, and a man who has a great experience in coding. Let us welcome Mr. Felix Malombe to take us through the session.
Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. For the purpose of the future, trainings and support for the educators, I want to mention that, and this is a requirement of Microsoft, that we're going to record this session for the purposes of, reaching out to specific people who might need our help. Today's session is going to be addressing various, what we call objectives. One is to get to know one another. Two, get to grow together as a team. This is not a training per se, it's a community of practice for teachers from across the country, and we're inviting people from all over Africa to participate in this activity. As a trained computer professional, sometimes it's possible to find ourselves talking about jargons. I don't even know what code is at this stage. But we will be looking at such things and introducing something we call computational thinking. Because all we need to do in the current generation is raise a generation that thinks, not a generation that is taught what to think, but it thinks on its own, and then it's able to craft solutions for problems and support one another as we grow together. So what a pleasure to meet each and every one of you, to be amongst ourselves tonight as we learn about coding. But why coding? A few years ago, we started hearing about the knowledge economy, an economy where the person who has some knowledge is the one who has a say, whether they are young or old. But before then, there was another economy that existed. It was the one of kings and princes. If you do not belong to the royal family, you would be nobody. And then before then, there was the one who was stronger. If you come from the Prince William's family, you are so lucky. But before then, there was the one where people are fighting, and the one who wins the battle takes charge of you. And then before that, there were others, kingdoms existing, and triumphing against one another was the order of the day. Days have come to the place whereby it doesn't matter if you are a Kenyatta or a Queen Elizabeth's family. It is about what you are saying. We live at a time when things are changing so fast. According to a research done by 21st Century Learning Design, that is in Microsoft, we are told a child who is in school today, in 20 years from now, will be carrying the same bags, 20 bags of the same bag she's carrying today, or he is carrying today, for the purpose of containing or carrying all the information that will be released. Too much information is being released. Too much is being produced. The question is, who is going to support our young people to carry all that information in their head? The days of cramming about Maji rebellion and phonics and mitochondria, those days are gone. The children we teach today, especially those who are in primary school, will matriculate in a world that will require them to use their thinking faculties and their capabilities. They will not be able to sit down and just read and write. In fact, I remember my history teacher in high school. He used to talk about the Zinjanthropus, and he would go on and talk about the Nidado man, and he would keep going. But if you look at those notes, the teachers of history who are here, you will tell me a lot has happened until we have Homo sapiens, sapiens, sapien. I don't know, the one who is now the digital man. So much has changed, and it will continue to do so in the years that are to come. So the question is, will we continue teaching the way we taught along a few years ago? Now, John Dewey, one of the education researchers from America, 100 years ago said, If we continue to teach the way we taught yesterday, then we rob our children of their tomorrow. So the question is, shall we teach the same way? And the answer is no. We're going to think about 21st century skills, as they say, but it shall not be lip service. It will be according to World Economic Forum, which says the skills that will matter include critical thinking, that is critical thinking, that is thinking. 2, creative thinking, again, that is thinking. Complex communication, as we know of it, that is World Economic Forum. And personal management, including teamwork, working with a variety of people, which we call collaboration, among other things. So if we are to teach today, then great educators, esteemed theorists, and scientists, you will tell me that we have to change the way we teach. Think about the lesson you taught today. And I'm very sure that lesson you taught it with all your heart. Sometimes as teachers, we experience burnout. And what happens is that we are trying to meet the needs of the students who are socially affected, who are socioeconomically affected. My question is, shall we just teach the normal way? No, we're going to adapt. Now, a lot of people say that you have to teach digital stuff, and every teacher nowadays is being forced to become a digital champion. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you want to do with the children. If you love them, you will teach them the best way. So don't worry about digital and aligning yourself with the digital skills, whether it is TSC or even your colleague teacher who is pushing you, telling you, if you don't know Scratch, you are dead on arrival. No, everything is okay. We are teachers. We are appointed by God himself. In fact, we are told in the scripture, one of the scripture in the Bible, I think, it says, no, I don't think actually it is true. It says that teachers will be punished more, in a paraphrase. Those who call themselves teachers, the punishment will be higher compared to the others. And what that means is our responsibility is huge. So what shall we do then in the current dispensation? 1, we are going to work together in what we call communities of practice. Working together for free, gratis. If you have your 100 bob, we are going to work together and we are going to use 1 giga and we are going to learn together. 2, we're going to collaborate in what we call professional learning communities, PLNs or PLCs. And finally, we will look for the best practices from one another. So tonight, I'm a teacher of mathematics in a school in Ruiro, and I teach also computer science. Sometimes I teach computer studies, and sometimes I teach IT. You know what I'm saying there. Sometimes even I'm called to teach digital literacy. All these opportunities that have given me an opportunity to share my best practice, as it were. And Scratch, a platform that I'm going to share with you today, is going to help us not in English, not in digital literacy, not in IT, not in science. It can be used by students anywhere. Like I said, the content doesn't matter. What matters is the skills that I'm passing across. So if you are teaching about science, if you are teaching about petals and anthers, a teacher from Iraq called Mohammed shared as something. Let me try to see if I can get Mohammed, or maybe I'll share with you later. He shared with us a game that is done on Scratch, which labels the different parts of a flower. So and he was able to use that using Scratch as a way to communicate and to engage the students. So the learners were able to learn and engage with him as they were making that game and remembering different parts of a flower. That is the 21st century way of teaching. Now they say also that 21st century teaching is learner-centered. There's no such a thing as learner-centered, according to me. What I've realized is that the teacher is at the center of everything that is happening in the classroom. No one should tell us that it is learner-centered, so that us guys, we just go to class to YOLO. You live only once. No, we come to class and we want to ensure that our students get what we are saying, whether it is content, whether it is pedagogy, or even whether we are integrating technology in the classroom. It is the teacher, the most important person in the classroom. It's not even the student, it's the teacher, because that is the person who happens to become the conduit. So let's get started with this training today. Coding. And why coding? It is one of the biggest skills that we need to raise our children in. If you are a teacher of secondary school, if you are a teacher of students in grade 7 and 8, or year 8 and 7 and 8, or standard 7 and 8, there is only one thing that you can do. You can rush your students through this program. But if you're in year 4, the children are in primary school, class 4, class 5, you are good to go. You relax. You have more time. The people who are in 7, 8, and high school, they are trying to do a crash program because it is too late for them. And if you don't expose them to these skills, then they will not fit in the world that is coming, or that is already we are seeing. So why can't we just get started exactly at 8:01 with what Scratch is all about? I'll share my screen now, and I'll take you through an activity that is going to see us, explore what Scratch is. And then from there, I'm going to get us started. Let me get this. First, I start with this quiz. It's a very simple quiz. I know you're going to get excited, or you're going to get bored. It's always like that sometimes. Okay, you can see the chart. I'm placing it there. It's called a quizzes. Click on it. Click on it. And I'm going to ask who can see. If you're using your phone, you are the luckiest.
We can't see.
You can't see on the chart. Thank you. So I know what to do.
I'm only seeing you.
Don't worry. Yeah, if you can see on the chart, you can go to the meeting chat. You'll be able to see it. I will request Mr. James or Mr. Lawrence or Lynette to place it on the chat in the meeting in the SCW Eastern Kenya. Let's get it done. Coming up shortly. So if you are in the team called SCW Eastern KE, the link is coming up. You can also click it on it's called https://quizzes.com. When you click it, let's see, it starts rolling a ball with many colors. Please, you don't have to install anything. Enter your name. And then start. Once you click that link on the chat, let me just go to where it is. I'll share my screen now. Check my screen. Now on WhatsApp, if you're on WhatsApp, there is this link here called
Okay.
There, you go there. And then there is a link down there called HTTPS, the last one, not the one of African Code Week training, called HTTPS quizzes something. Just click on it. It will open a new tab like mine. You can see Kavita is in, Kipto is in, CC is in, Felix is in. I have 5 people now. Kipto and Kavita, Mary, Maina, you are in. So here I'm going to put my other name. I'm going to call myself Malombe. And I'm going to start. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. If you are on Teams, I'll try to do that on Teams as well. It has these guys who are shabiking one another. You click on that link, and it will take you to a browser, Google Chrome, and then it will start. When you click start, it adds your name. I have Shadrach, I have Moyale, David. I'm waiting for more people. I have Raps, I have Evelyn, I have Albanas, Elizabeth, I have Larry. I have so many people now. Caroline, David, Mohammed. We are doing very well.
So your quiz name is?
I don't know. Your name? Are you Philomena? You can put that.
Yeah.
Please relax. This is not even about technology. This is just having fun.
Okay.
Mercy, thank you, Phil. Tito.
Yes. Now
Tito is...
I'm there.
No, but we can't see you. What's your name? Start.
Phil. Philomena.
Oh, Phil. Okay. So we are. Do we have 23 people here? You can see people are joining the ICW. I need them to. James, you can help me with that. The link is down there, so we keep updating people to join. I don't know if anyone is struggling to join the meeting also. All right, let's keep going. So can I start the activity now? People are just waiting.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I start the activity, this is what's going to happen. If I start, you guys are going to meet so many questions which are different. Please, if you don't know something, guess. In the session that I'm running, we're going to learn everything. I'm going to click start. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and go. Let's see who is going to get the first one. Phil is leading. Let's see. Sisi is leading. Number 2, Mary Minor. Up. Let's make it now. Let's win in this one. The good thing that will wait for you is waiting for me. Number 24. Coming for you guys. Number 4. Number 2 now. Phil, coming for you. Oh, I'm on top, guys. I'm on top. I'm on top. Someone put me down. Put me down. background, and top panel, right. Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep tweeting. Hey. Thank you very much, everyone. We're going to end the session, and then we're going to come back to it later. I'm going to silence this lady, and then we can continue with our session. Now, what I want you guys to do, and I would like us to do, is go to this site. Check this. I'm going to go to one, scratch, like you're scratching someone. You put dot, MIT.edu, education. One, it is called Scratch. It is from MIT, and it's for education. It's not for computers, just for education. MIT, the university in the US. Let's do this. Then it says, imagine, program, and share. Scratch is the world's largest free coding community for children. Now, they call kids because in the US, it's kids who code with Scratch. But in Africa, under Africa Code Week, which is a program supported by SAP, an organization in our country that focuses on software. And also, Scratch is supported by Irish government, that is Ireland. And number 3, Africa Code Week is supported by UNESCO to promote digital skills development. In Scratch, which is a program used by Africa Code Week to train digital skills, we learn that you create stories, games, animations, and you share with others around the world. This link, let me go back to it and put it on the meeting and WhatsApp. I'll do that with your permission. Go back here. James has put it already. I'll go to the meeting. Now drop it there for us. James has already done it for us. Thank you, James. On Scratch, you can create your own games. Students can create their own games, and we're going to create one in a moment. So if you are near a computer, by the way, anza kuipanga. If you are near a laptop, see if you can use it. If you're using your phone, you're going to have small challenges. But if you're using a tablet, you might be good. You might be okay. So you can use that. For now, let's go slowly by slowly and do this. This is a very practical activity, and I'll use the next 20 to 25 minutes with you. So what happens on Scratch, you have this place they call the logo for the Scratch. There is a place you can create. Remember, we talked about creative thinking from World Economic Forum. We talked about exploration. Okay, we did not talk about that. Exploring is exploring to see what other people are doing. And also you can get ideas. From there, there is about, where you can learn about Scratch. Then joining Scratch is a place where you can actually set up your own account as a teacher. By the way, there is a teacher account, which I will show you about shortly. Then there is also where now after you join, you can sign in. Instead of signing up, you sign in now. So join is you can do that. What we want you to do is when you come to Scratch, you can play this. And then you can listen to the music as they sing. There you go. These are children creating or students creating games. Could be a narrative about, I don't know what people learn. Discipline, you can tell me what do you teach in literature nowadays? What
a narrative.
Yeah. So they actually are able to make these things, which you can see happening here. They are just games. They can even remix. Children creating stuff like this. And you don't need to code a lot. It's not very hard. Gaming, So should we ban computers in school or should we bring them to school? We will see that as you continue. So when you come to the platform, you learn about all this. There is something for educators, that is for teachers like you and I. There is something for parents, for you guys who are parents like you or like you and I. My daughter is 4, so she learns how to code on Scratch, you know. And on educators is where you find teacher accounts. You can create a teacher account. Let's listen to this lady, if you can hear. Oh, where is she?
Scratch is a programming language used by students of all ages to code their own stories, animations, and games. And educators around the world are using it in all sorts of ways.
So when I think about kids interacting with Scratch, it's not only about them learning how to code and the logical thinking skills that go into it. It's about them finding a different way to share their voice.
Children, they live with a lot of stories. Give them Scratch. Those stories and those ideas and experiences that they have is what they will start to put down on Scratch, and you see the energy coming.
小学校4年生の授業をやったことがあります。テーマは、子どもたちに任せたんで、アニメーションみたいなのを作る子もいれば、ゲームを作る子たちとかもいました。
So we've done projects around what the year 2050 might be. And what we wanted to see is what really matters to them. What do they think is important?
Tenemos otro que se llama Jardín Botánico de las Mariposas. Es el ciclo de la mariposa y los niños hacen los sprites, ellos los dibujan, ellos los animan, ponen los mecanismos robóticos y crean sus propias mariposas de tela que traen de su casa.
There's a number of different things that learners are gaining from doing Scratch. It gives them confidence. It helps them take the big problem, break it down into the small parts, experiment, fail. It's all of those great parts of Scratch that can be applied to any other challenge that comes their way.
If you want your students to express themselves using coding, try Scratch.
Expression. The call is expression. Allow your children or your students to express themselves. Not just code. It's not about coding. It's about expressing themselves. Mara nyingi tunaambia watoto wasiongee. You keep quiet. What do you know? Yet students are said to be the most creative people on the planet. So children are very creative. So if you give them Scratch, for example, we are going to see them thinking creatively, reasoning systematically, and working collaboratively, which are essential skills in today's society, as I alluded earlier. So if you want to be able to work with other teachers, you can also come to Educator, where, see, it's here. Just scroll down. You'll see Educator somewhere. And then you can actually go and set up your own account. You can set up a teacher account, which gives you some freedom and connection with other people around the world. But for today, that is just for details. For today, we want to see how you come up with a simple game on Scratch, even as you understand Scratch itself. Why are we doing this? Because teachers and colleagues, my friends, we are showing you this. Then we are trusting you to go and train 10 students, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then from this, once you get to do this, you'll also get a certificate, and children will also get their certificate. And among other things that you're going to be seeing as you continue. So it is not something I'm just taking you through for fun. Of course, I do these things for fun, but I'm saying, I'm showing you this for you to up your game in terms of digital skills, if you see it like that, or to also give your students an opportunity. Maybe you are saying we don't have a computer in our school. It's okay. You have a computer. If you don't have a computer, you have a phone. Call 2 girls, sit with them, show them this, and you don't know what they'll come up with. So once you get to scratch.mit.edu, click create, or at the top here it says start creating. Just click start creating. Something will happen. It will load a page that we call the Scratch programming space. Of course, it comes with that tutorial that I've closed. Maybe I can try to reload it. This tutorial is just talking about the things that we have seen. So telling us what Scratch is all about, what children are creating, etc, etc, etc. All right. So we don't need to actually go through it again. So I close it, and then now you get on point to see all this. I'll show you something that will be spectacular for us in a moment. What we have is this earth thing here. If you click it, It gives you all the languages of the world. More importantly, it's our language called Kiswahili. Recently, the Scratch Foundation based in US, Boston, MIT, they reached us and they said, is it possible for you guys in Kenya to develop a Scratch in Kiswahili for regions like Tanzania who are really struggling with coding? So we did that. So Songa Hatua is to say move forward, move 10 steps. Hatua 10. So if I drag this block, these are blocks now, starting to explain those things you are seeing in the test, in the quiz. If you drag that block and you place it here, where you are placing it is called the working space. Where you're drawing it from is called the blocks palette. All this is a blocks palette. Don't worry about that because you're not going to scrum things. But it's blocks palette, you place it in the workspace. If you click it, well, look at what the cat is doing. The cat is moving away. It inasonga hatua. Nimesema hatua ama ni hatua. Sijali. Then, if you want it to move to a random position, enda mahali popote. Move to a random position. Inasonga hatua 10 kisha inaenda mahali popote. Just by doing this, you can just get your students excited. Check what I did. I'm going to go back to English. Msimbo ni code. Mitindo is costumes. And sauti ni sound. Of course, tunajua Kiingereza pale. Wacha nione kama nitapata Kiingereza basi. Because you all became local Britons around. Let's go back to English. So I'm going to go back to this code and I'm going to go to the first thing. And what I want to do is a simple game that you can do and get your children, get their mouths open, of course, with excitement. One, I'm going to go to movement. So it's called motion. Normally you go to motion, then you go to looks. Looks is about speaking, it's about changing the background, changing the movements of the character. Sound, you know, sound is about what? Events is about controlling. It's like when you go to your microwave. Why am I talking about a microwave? It's when you want to go, if you want a mango, you just go to a mango tree and pluck it. The plucking is the event, the thing that get you started to do whatever you want to do. Control is just control. Wait, when you control people, we are supposed to go somewhere. Oh, I'm controlled by delaying them. I'm lying, you are there and you are not there. Okay, repeating forever, giving conditions. They are called conditional statements. If I am standing, if the right leg is moving, the left leg should be stopping, should be waiting for the right leg to step. Then the other one can move. So those are the things that we are talking about. Remember, this is about virtual world, controlling robots. So check this, sensing, 5 senses. If the character touches the mouse pointer or it touches the wall, it should make some sound. If it touches a certain color, it should change kinyonga sasa, sensing. And then operators. If you want something to happen, like you're doing mathematics, if it's greater than or smaller than, and or not get, all those things, and such like things. Then there are variables. We're going to talk about variables as we continue. Don't worry about them at this stage. Those are the blocks of code that we have. Down there, you can also do some music. You play ngoma. Let me carry this one. So for the children who love music, you can do that. There is another one, pen. You can actually draw. You tell the pen, when I put you down, draw with this color. You can change the color to red. You can do all that. Just trying to play around. You can also do machine learning. This is artificial intelligence, video sensing. So when the computer sees you, it stops doing something and such like things. I'm just trying to explore the platform. It is very, very simple. So just like you learned how to use WhatsApp, I'm trying to get that person who is on mute. Okay, who is not on mute? You can just the way you learned how to use WhatsApp is the same way I'm exposing or explaining this. So there is so much you can do with all these. These are called extensions. Let me go back to where we were. And I want to go back to motion. Motion is about movement. Coding, in simple terms, without cramming, coding is giving characters instructions, is giving objects instructions. Programming, you are giving it a program to run, to do something. So if we want to do something, we're going to control this card. Why do I have two cards, by the way? I'm going to remove this card by clicking this small thing down here. See what I did? So you always add characters. Now let's go to literature. Characters. You add characters by clicking on that button here. Now characters in Scratch are called sprites. I'm going to click a sprite, choose a sprite. You can choose animals, you can choose people, you can choose fantasy, things that you imagine. Kids keep telling me about things that they imagine: mermaid, fantasy, unicorn. These are things that students, imagine. I'm going to request someone to mute. All right. They imagine princess. They imagine skeletons dancing. These are the things children imagine. Then there is dance. If you want characters to dance, ballerinas. And where do they dance ballerina? They can dance kilume. I don't know. Okay, I'm born again. Maybe I can stop that. But I'm saying you can actually bring the African content here. They can also do music. All the musical instruments. Bebe. There is another one you used to hear about. It was called, I don't know what. Those instruments in Wandindi and others, why can't we bring them on top on this place? Then there is sports. So this is the reason why we actually, Africans, we have to do Africa Code Week, because we have to change what the world sees the world as. Sports, if your children like sports, those who like Fast and Furious, those who like Manu, they can do that. Food, we have so many foodies in our classes. You can actually bring them here. They can pick fashion designers. You'll see them coming out because we are thinking creatively. And then letters, they can even make their own name. And you're going to see that as the first project. So let's go back there and see what sprite we want to pick. And for me, I want to pick a girl called Marian Mudui, because Marian comes from Eastern Kenya. Marian is a lady from, I think from Taita Taveta, but she's from Eastern. What she did is that Marian went to do a research in Scratch. And what she did is she was appointed. Wait, I'm looking for her and she's not coming up. Marian starts with Q. Okay, let me go to M. Can't see M. Can you see M, guys? They arranged in alphabetical order. I can't see M. M, Marian. Here she is. Marian is a girl from our place here, and she went to MIT to do some project. And then she was able to complete a project in the master's at MIT, and then she was created as a character in Scratch. That is what I'm talking about. Our own students becoming characters. If you look at here, she has different costumes. Here she's doing, oh yeah, all these are costumes. You can actually program her to change from one to another, and she moves and she waits for each turn. That is Marian. And then you can actually add another one. I'm going to add another one. Wait, let me restart. I'm going to reload this because the cat is refusing to go away. Okay, I'm going to remove the cat. I'm going to go back here, pick a sprite, and then get them to, I can even type Marian at the top, and Marian will come up and be seen on the stage. By the way, where Marian is the stage, and where we are coding, we're placing the blocks is the blocks palette, not block, the working plane. And then you can also place Marian in a specific stage. This stage is too wide for her. Let the children come up with a good stage. They can actually find a stage from music. They can actually do from sports. Let them pick indoors or outdoor. Let them pick from the space. Marian is, I don't know what they are called. It can be in a pattern. And they can also be, she can also be underwater. So let's pick Marian, and because you're in Eastern, let's go to outdoor. And let's find a place which looks like Eastern. We're not going to go to the coast. This is not a beach. We have, this is Eastern. Marian is now in Isiolo. She's just going to Maralal. Well done. So you can actually pick the place where you think you are. And if you don't want to do that, this is what you can do. If you don't want to pick the one that is there, you can also paint yours. So you move down there at the corner, click paint, and you can actually paint your own area. Backdrop. It's called backdrop. Backdrop. So you can put another one, you can put colors, then we can do something, we can paint, kids can do whatever they want. They can even pick the thing and pour it in, and can pick another color. Maybe you can pick another color here and put there. You can all do all these things, but for now, let's stick with Marian in Isiolo. Let me see, Isiolo, where are you? Wait, I can't Google Isiolo. Just going to find outdoor. Go to outdoor, it's going to list them for me very fast. Sakanyon. All right, Marian is standing here. There are two ladies out there who are also coming to Maral to see where the president was born. Okay, then we go from there. Marian seems to be flying. Let's put her down. Okay, we hope she's down. If Marian is too small, you can come down here and you can make her bigger. You put 150. There you go. She looks stunning there. Where is she facing? We can turn her to face like this, or like that, whatever you want. And then we have, you know, where she's standing. Okay, so we have another one where we can actually hide her, and you can click here to show her, because I was turning her around. That is too mean. The lady can put you in jeopardy, whatever that is. Okay, so there she is standing and watching us. And then we need Marian to be somewhere with some other people. We're going to add some other people to the picture, and because this Marian, we're going to find a girl called Abby. Abby has just landed from this place. Is let's say she's landed from Marian. Marian is in Isiolo. Abby has landed from, let's call this place Tharaka. Nithi. I was looking for the name. Then we have to give now these guys instructions. Remember, we said coding is giving instructions to characters. So we're going to give Abby instructions and Marian specific instructions. Now the problem with our work, maybe we can make, I think they look disproportionate. I don't know, proportionate. I don't know how they speak in English, but let's see if we can make Marian. I click Marian and ensure she is 100 so that she doesn't become too big. And also make this lady, Abby, bigger by making her 120. And then she will be there standing next to each other. If I don't want these guys to stand the way they are standing, I can turn Marian to turn and face Abby. So how do I do that? I go to costume, and then when I'm at costume, can I turn Marian to face the other side? No. What about Abby? Actually, I cannot. There is something called flip. Because they are facing forward, both of them, no one is standing like the cat was standing, then there is not much you can do. So let's tell Marian to tell Abby something. By the way, we can even change their names. Let's call them Mwende. Mwende is Marian, and Abby, let's call Abby Philomena. Okay. So we have two ladies there. Okay, let's be rude and bring in a dude. A boy. People, we go to people and pick these guys who think they know how to dance. So this is the guy. I think it looks like someone called Mwema. I'm going to call him Mwema. And they are all taking, I don't know what it is called, but they are there. But this guy seems to be flying. How can we take him back? We don't know. Maybe we can put him on point. By the way, X and Y axis there. The one thing we are doing in equation of a straight line. Don't worry about mathematics. We're just going to put this guy at negative 140. And Y is where he's standing, just position the two coordinates. Imagine you can teach this in mathematics now. We have already come to this. Let me put him at 0. So he's going to come down there. All right. That is the x-axis. That is Mwema. And there is Phil and Mwende. So now let's see if they can move around and do things. We start with Mwende, which is Marian. Marian, what we want you to do is we want you to move to slide to the left. Slide within 1 second to the left. But before we do that, we need to provoke her to move. So we say when the green flag is clicked, slide or glide 1 second from pale amesimama. She's standing at 163.60. And from there, we say, let her slide to 1, let's say 0. And you can even see where the other boy is standing. 0, 140, 0, 140, 0. 140, 140, and 0. He's going to come where Mwema is. Let's see. Oh, he has not moved. She has not moved to where Mwema is. Where is Mwema? Mwema is at negative 140. Sorry, I need to put negative here. Negative 140. Okay, so I'm going to put negative 140 and 0. And there she goes. She goes just behind that dude. So you can actually move around. But also we want this guy, Mwema, to move where she was. And where was she? I can't remember now. You're going to have to bring her back where she was. She was negative, all those things anyway. Let's tell Mwema to go to random position. Mwema, move. When the green flag is clicked, where do you go? We are commanding this guy. Remember, he's a robot. Move to a random position. Go to a random position and make sound. Play sound, start sound, then celebrate. Now, that's what we have told the two guys. One to move to that place, and Mwende to move to where Mwema is, and then Phil, what do you want to do? We're going to tell you to change your, okay, first of all, we're going to tell you to move also. We want you to move to, okay, we are going to tell you when the green flag is clicked, we want you to move 10 steps or 100 steps, and then turn 15 degrees. And then you should repeat that. We want to control you. We want you to repeat that forever. Check this out. When I click the green flag, that is what is happening. I can stop. Once I stop, you can see she is where she is. She was just going through the screen. These guys were just moving around. So we need to tell Mwema to keep moving. So how do we control him? Again, we go to control Mwema. We want to control you. We tell you, repeat this for 10 steps. Repeat 10, going random position and dancing to the tune. Okay, dancing, celebrate. By the way, you can dance to another thing. You can even record your own thing. You can even sing a song for him, depending on what songs you know. Run. We want to ensure that Marian, who is Mwende for now, can actually sing. So what you're going to do, you're going to tell her record something. And Mwende is going to start a sound. She can start the clap thing. Let's see. We can stop at that and we can tell Mwende to sing a song. What song can she sing? We're going to sing to record for her. So you click there. This is the most, the part that children love most, the one for recording, because they want to hear themselves speaking. So I'm going to do something funny. Watch this space. I like this. I like that. Okay, I'm going to stop at that. Going to cut the voice where I don't like it. Like, for example, I don't like the part with this. I don't want that part. I want the only part with I like that, I like this. Okay, then I'm going to save the song and check this out. I'm going to go to back to code. How did I get even there? I just clicked record and then it brought me here. It asked me if I need to allow my browser to record. I recorded And then I stopped, start, stop. And what happened? It recorded everything here. So there is the recording and there was the hand clap. So I go back carefully. Remember this on now in sound. I go back to chord and I go where hand clap is and change to recording 1. Check this, what is good. Check what is going to happen. I like that. Okay, and that continues. Of course, I need to tell my friend also to Philomena, you are moving too many times. I need to remove this. I need to say my game is not in the right posture, so I'm placing this one inside. And I'm going to move. I'm going to ensure these guys move in the right way. So let me place around this guy a little bit. And then I can also tell Marian to keep moving, not just stand one place. That is when let me tell her to glide to a random position. Where do I get glide? Editor, help me, please. Where do I get move? That's what I'm looking for. Like this one. Philomena? Okay, editor, I can't hear you. I think there is a problem. Hamed, Albanas, I'm just wondering, where do I get the block for moved 100 steps? Because that's where there is slide.
Could be in locus. Is it? Am I saying locus?
Looks. Yeah, there you go. Looks. It's about moving. Where do I get moving? Something to do with moving. Is it in the control, events, motion?
Should be in control.
Control. Control is weight. Is you are trying to control the character. You remember?
All right.
Somebody help us, please. We are stuck.
What about motion?
What
about motion?
Oh, motion is movement. You guys are right. So it's there. It says glide 1 second to random position, and it's for fill. No, not fill. It should be for when there. Let's say. Thank you very much. I got the sliding. Then I go to. Wait. I want to control the character to move 10 to repeat 10 steps or 10 times. Where do I go? Somebody help.
I am there.
Yeah, what do you think we should do so that we can control the character to repeat 10 steps? I think it is in control. We were trying to just control it. 10 steps.
I should be in control. Repeat 10.
Yeah, repeat 10. It's here. I found it. Then if I
repeat
run,
10
so it's in control, you know, you are just giving instructions, by the way, they are already there. So let's try to see what's going to happen. Check this. I know this can be something that looks so complicated at this stage, but pole tutaishika. Let's do this. Hey. This is going forever. So it means this lady is going. I like this. Then it stops at that. So it means that it's something that is not coordinating. So the essence, the challenge for the students to think and develop their creative and collaboration skills is in the process of trying to fix this concern that they have. So once they have created a challenge, it will keep them thinking until the lesson is over and they have not finished. Now, after Code Week, we are asking you to come up with something like that with your students. Just give them an opportunity. And I know there are questions. One, how do I even do all this? You can download Scratch on your computer. Let me try to see. You can download Scratch just like an app on your computer, and then you can explore the same just like this. It will appear just like this. Or you can just go to the website and you can just, does not even use a lot of bundles. There is nothing you are downloading because everything is there. And you can get the students to do that. If the students are exploring this platform, along the time, they'll start getting, more ideas. What we have done at STEAM Labs Africa, we have put together some content for all of us. Some content for us, which I'm going to share with us. I think it's here. Go back here. The short, we're going to go to Central. And we did the first training in Central, and we got the resources here. So I have put together some slides for us that can guide us. So I'm going to place them here. Tito, you have your question, your hand is up. Maybe you can speak as I place this.
Felix.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Felix.
Yes.
I do have a friend of mine. I think he's lost. And he's getting some difficulties in accessing something online concerning Microsoft Teams. So I would like you to explain to him for only 3 minutes. Will it be possible?
Where is he?
I am with him.
Oh, he wants to join the meeting.
Yeah, he wants to join the meeting. So he had a question to us. He has really tried, but with no success.
Okay. Tito's friend, please speak.
Yeah.
Yes, Patrick. Felix.
Yes.
Yeah. I am. I'm really impressed on what is going on, and perhaps I wanted to have a full picture of what we are doing. Yes, I think you're getting me.
I can hear you clearly.
The Scratch, that Scratch which you are installing on the computer, can it be done using a phone in the first place? If you have a good smartphone, that is.
If you're using your smartphone, the best way to do it is to use to just go to the site, because there is no such an app. But Scratch Week as Africa Code Week as an app that you can use, but it still requires you to go to Scratch at one point. So I would suggest that you just go to Google Chrome and look for scratch.mit.edu.
That is in Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Then I key in
Scratch. It's actually in the meeting down here. It's called scratch.mit.edu. But you can just Google the word Scratch. Scratch. It will actually bring what it is that you are talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe next time when we will be doing it, I will get help so that I can use mine to be in the meeting fully.
Yeah, and also no, because the way Tito is doing it on his computer, you can also do it by going to just following the instructions. So go to Google, because I don't know if you have the internet, you just go to Google Chrome on your computer, and then you try to search what we have just mentioned.
Yes.
And then you now try to go to start creating, and we start creating. You can actually be able to play around. And by the way, I hope you're in the group, in the chat group.
I'm in the chat group. It's only that it failed to enter, but we are using the same phone to watch you.
No problem. So what we'll do will be supporting you. If you have any queries, post your question there. We can actually spend some time and support you in your work, because we know you have every interest to support the children that are in your care.
Yes.
Okay, educators. I don't know if you have another question, sir.
No, I'm okay.
Thank you very much. So there is a link that I placed on the chat at 8:53. It's called SCW Scratch Resources. I'm going to open it for us, and you're going to see Scratch Resources. What I've done, I put together slides that you can use for your lessons. First, when you go to the class, the students will wonder, what are you talking about coding? So you can open the PowerPoint called, and you can download this for yourselves. You take them through what is coding. They wake up in the morning, they give themselves instructions as if they were robots. And then on lesson 2.1, I want to check 2.1. Let me list them. 2.1. Okay. 2.1. You say now it's introduced you to Scratch, and I'm trying to open it on Google slide. It opens, you know, the slide that introduces you to coding in Scratch. What is coding? Coding is giving instructions. You tell the kids about that. Then you come to 2.1 and introduce them to Scratch. You tell them this is Scratch, how to use Scratch. Even when you, I don't know, it's Mr. John Tito's friend, you're asking a question. The same thing you can follow here. It tells you step by step.
Hey, Felix, you can share your screen, please.
Oh, I've been waiting to, I've been explaining something. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. I'm going to go back to where I was. I said you can click this link. Can you see the link, Rachel?
Yes, I'm back.
Can you see the link that I'm pointing at in the meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you click that link, slowly by slowly, it loads and it gives you learning to code slides. So if you open that place, there are so many slides that have been put there. These are PowerPoints that can guide your students. The one that I talked about is number 1.1, Introduction to Code, what is coding, and 2.1 rather, which actually introduces you to Scratch. You know, so they introduce children to Scratch. They actually go through the first step. 1, learning to code with Scratch, introduction to Scratch, introduction, getting started, using Scratch again, just explaining. The students are able to work with you. They see the platform. They're getting around. So there is create, explore ideas and project. I've talked about that. Explore. They go down, Scratch community. They try to get their own instructions. All right. And then what can they do? Then they ask themselves this question. They can come up with this small game. This is the point where you take photos of their work. When they come up with something like this, slide number 16, you can actually give them a character. They will actually try to experiment with it. And you can take a photo of them doing that and share with us. I'll be telling you about that in a moment. So that is exactly what you can do. There are many other slides. If you go to slide 2.2, it gives them an opportunity to write their name and program the letters. Check this. I know I am going very fast, but don't worry. These slides are yours, so you can click on them and you can actually go through them, each one of them. All right? All right. So they actually write their name. My name is Felix. People call me Felix. Others call me Felix. If I write my name here, I can actually tell the numbers to dance a little when the green flag is clicked. That is another project they can do because everyone loves their name. So that is a very simple project. You can also teach them how to do it, writing their name and programming each letter. If your students get to lesson 2.2, lesson 1.1, lesson 2.1, and lesson 2.2, you have done very well for this Africa Code Week this year. Please try to do that. I'm going to say lesson 1.1, lesson 2.1, and lesson 2.2. Those are the basic ones you can start with. Lesson 1.1, lesson 2.1, and lesson 2.2. That is all I'm asking you guys to do. If you can take your children through that from these resources that we have shared with you, then you can report to us. How do you report? There is a document here called Africa Code 2021 Attendance Sheet. I'm going to open it where it is. Joel, just a minute. I'm about to come to you. It is here. That document is here. It requires you to enter the date of your workshop when you did your lesson, the country, you say Kenya, Kitui or Meru, workshop venue, you say the school, administered by your teacher name and your details, contact details, and your signature, you know, and then you can write the name of your students here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't put up to 20. Put up to 100 if you can. I teach from grade 4 to grade 11, which is like primary and secondary. So I will teach everyone. If you teach Form 1 and Form 2 and your students are 300, teach all of them, even if you're going to use a projector, and then have them get their certificates by filling in their name, boys and or girls, school, and then just write your number. If you don't have, or they don't have anything, then let them sign. This document I'll share with you, you can print, and then you can use it to record your details after you do your workshop. It is this one that is going to help us to give you bundles. It's going to help us give you a stipend for what you've done. And also it's going to give us the opportunity to give you certificates. It's going to allow us to give you bundles. It's going to allow us to give you a stipend. And also it's going to give you us an opportunity to give you your certificates and your students. Every teacher, after they have gone through lesson 1 and lesson 2, like I mentioned, you can, if you are smart, you can go to lesson 3, that is 2.2. Then you can actually take your students to do that. And then they can actually sign on this. And then we can actually give you some bundles, a stipend, and the certificates will be sent to you. Joel.
Yes.
Please speak to me.
Hello?
Yes, you can speak now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Joel, I can hear you.
Yeah, first of all, I will appreciate that you are doing something good to us.
Thank you.
Now, my concern is that I can't access those resources which you have shared. So if you can, I have joined a bit late. So if you can please again come up and explain how we are getting those resources, I will appreciate.
Okay, check this out. Check this out. I hope you can see my screen. Going to go to this, copy the link. Going to go to MIE. I don't know if you're in the group called Eastern and Central MIEs. I'm going to place it there. I'm going to go to, do you have a team called, WhatsApp group called SCW Eastern KE?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to give you that also. Can you see chat in the meeting where you are in?
Yeah, I can see a chat.
Okay, so I'm going to go. I don't know if you can see this. Can you click this link, Mr. Joel?
That one is not in the group that I'm in.
Which group are you in? Earthshot?
Yeah.
Okay, Earthshot. Click on this link. And on this group, yeah, Earthshot. Let me also get the link for this and share with you guys. So you can join that WhatsApp group, and then you can be part of that. So now you'll be able to see those resources. Anybody who has not been able to open the resources, let me know. You can see the slides. I can see 2 people are raising their hands. One is Mr. John Mwasia. John? John?
Yes, Felix. Hello?
Martin, just a minute. Yes, yes, John?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much for the information that we are getting. Really appreciate the work that you are doing. But I would like kindly to ask about the registration form that we said that we fill for the students or maybe the people to get a certificate. This one be done online, or it will be a form that then will be submitted to some, maybe an office.
What you can do, and I'll try to make it a bit simple.
Yeah.
I need to change to SLA. SLA means Team Labs Africa. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to suggest for you, you should do, is that you're going to have to print it.
Yeah.
And then once you print it, you're going to fill in the information, or you can fill it, or the challenge is signature. That's why I always have a challenge. So you're going to fill it in, and then you can take photos of the same and send us. How do you send us? You're going to send us through the WhatsApp group that I've shared with us. This WhatsApp group called SCW East Africa, Eastern Kenya 2021. But also I'm going to be asking us, you know, to be, oh, sorry, I put the same thing, sorry. So I'm also going to be giving my number. So I'm in all those WhatsApp groups, whether it is Earthshot or even as CW 2021. So I'm going to give you my details where you can actually share with me or Mr. James's details so that you can actually communicate with them and see to it that you are able to attend what you require. I mean, to submit all that. This time I'm going to also upload this document. Let me upload it for you so that you can, those people can print it. Mr. John, am I talking too much? Have I answered your question? Mr. John? Okay. John, I don't know if you are speaking, but your mic is off. Can anyone hear John?
No.
Okay. John, I hope I've answered your question. If you are stuck somewhere, again, my number is on that group. I can also share it here. Let me just share that. Our time is not on our side, by the way. Mr. Martin? Martin.
Yeah, this is Martin.
Yes.
Yes, I was trying to follow the links, and I think I'm home now.
Thank you very much. I'm glad. See, there is another hand raised. I've got John again is there. John, if you can mute and unmute. Mr. Dennis.
Yes, Felix.
Yes, sir.
I want to appreciate the good one.
You're
So,
welcome.
I have two questions. My first question is, like the evidence that will be required, apart from just filling the form after you train your students, like what other evidence will be required to present to prove that actually you have trained them? Then now the second question is this. Like personally, I am also doing part-time in one of the universities where I'm training like prospective teachers. So I was like thinking, like, is it mandatory that I train like the high school, or maybe can I extend the same to those teachers to be? I also equip them with some of these knowledge that then when they get to the market, they also help us in spreading that gospel.
Martin, not Martin, rather. Dennis, the first thing I want to say to you is that you are the right person we should be talking to. So you should be telling us how we are going to support you. Because we have a program called STEP, that is Student Teacher Education Program, whereby we take teachers through it's called Teacher Technology Integration, Teaching and Learning. And it's not just Microsoft, we take them through the thinking behind technology integration. So we'll be engaging you. In fact, I will want to have your number after this. Please chat me in that group. So that
I have your number, I'll call you.
Okay. Then number two, to answer question number one, the one that you asked is, and I think that's a very good question. If you are doing a session and your children have written their name, or they have just brought a cat and the cat is dancing or doing something, is it possible to take a short video of 30 seconds and share with us? That is the evidence, another evidence we'll be looking at. Number two, if you take photos when they are doing it, that is evidence of what we are saying. If you don't have computers in your school, what you have is a projector, and you are showing them during your CRI lesson. You are telling them to draw Jesus as he was crossing water with Peter, or a parable of sower as Jesus. They create a story based on what you've been teaching them, and those kids are actually doing that. You can have one speaking, so you record their audio, not even the video. If you don't want them to show how they are shy, they can speak. The girls can speak, the boys can speak. We are looking for digital storytellers. We are looking for people who can actually speak. That is your evidence. So on top of what you send as a form, and Dennis, thank you very much, you can also take photos, short videos, and short recordings, and then share with us. We will be able to put that together for you and submit for you to get your certification.
Okay, thank you.
Then the last one you asked is the teachers. Those teachers, when you're doing the lesson, invite me. You can set up a meeting on Zoom or Microsoft Teams or something. I'll be glad to listen to you teaching them. That is what we are looking for. We are saying you guys have a huge, huge opportunity. So if you can help us to do more, let's do that together.
Okay, thank you very much.
And the slides are there for you. You can use them.
Okay, thank you.
Phil.
Yes, it was a great session. Now, my question is, once you have recorded and you have sent, and you have taken a photo, do you have an address where maybe we can send you like a letter or a parcel?
A letter. I suggest you don't. This is what I suggest, Philomena. I'm sorry if I am jumping very fast.
Yes. Okay.
I suggest you do this. Check what this guy did. We trained them on Tuesday, and this is Mr. Nderitu. Mr. Nderitu did this. I just want to share this shortly. So I have never met a teacher like this one, by the way. Mr. Nderitu has, I think, a few computers in his school. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
He has a projector there, and then he's sharing in their old school, in their, I don't know, that school is called something. I will see it in a moment in Central. He did that the following day. So these are the kids. Can you see 4 of them on one computer?
Yes,
can you see can you see 8 of them on one computer?
Yes.
The guy is not showing even the children faces, because that is very important also. Don't show the children face if possible. But he doesn't, it's not a mandatory thing. So the kids have not even done anything so big. They have actually done one script, and the character is dancing on the floor, dance floor. And the kids are left to do their own thing. Look at that. Look at that.
Yes. Yes.
And here is one of the senior students in Form 3 teaching the Form 2s.
Yes.
What they learned the previous day. And this is the teacher, Mr. Nderitu. Now demonstrating for the children on the board. Look at the projector. Is it even, in fact, someone can sit and say, I'm going to buy this guy a projector. Personal projector. You know?
Yes.
Look at that. So this is teacher. I've never seen such a teacher, by the way. This is a rare teacher. What he did now, at the end of the 2 sessions, he did 2 sessions. He took the form, give it a moment. He got the document, and this is how he filled in the information. Teacher, Felix Nderitu, at Gmail, number, they're Kemutungu boys. And he filled in all the other details, teacher names, these are the teachers he was working with. All these teachers are going to get the certificates. Form 1, he filled in the student, their signature. Form 2s, student, signature. Form 3s, these are still Form 2s. Form 3s, Form 3s, Form 4s. This is what he has been able to do in the last 2 days. And he says, today and tomorrow, you will do something. So today he did something, and tomorrow he's going to be doing something. So it is the same thing for you. And you can see this 19th to 20th, 2021 rather.
Yes, yes, I can see that.
What he did is he took a photo of this, and those photos, he put them in a Word document and sent them to us.
Okay.
Once you take the photos, send them to me. I'll package them for you, and then I will actually send them.
Now, my other question is timeline.
The timeline.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Sorry, sometimes I get excited about my students. So the timelines is like this. Between today, the day you have been trained, to November 10th or 12th, that Friday of 12th, you have all the time to prepare to train your children. So you have an opportunity to submit before then. I'll keep reminding you, of course, supported by James and others. And that is the time we have, because this was a short process, not like Generation Earth short, which is all the way to January. This one is a very short one. And once we are done with it, we will move to the next one.
Okay, one more question.
Yes, please.
We have our neighbor in primary school. And I was trying to see whether I have a number. I didn't invite them because unfortunately I didn't have a teacher I could get the message to. But with a few others in this group, we can help them to train their children as we train ours, and then we send. But they are
That
not
is
in
okay.
the group. Is that okay? Okay.
That is okay. The only thing you need to do so that you don't, they are not left behind, is register them.
Yes.
Let them register. I think there is a link here. Let me get the link for registration. Let them register to be members. To the group. Register registration link, and then from there they will be able to be part of that, community. So I've shared the link, and they can join.
Okay.
They can join that, and they can train their children, and they can also do what we have said.
In addition to that, thank you for answering that. What do you suggest?
Yes.
For another, this one it's both for primary and secondary.
Yes.
Now, suppose you are teaching purely the case of the Ritu Form 1s, Form 2, Form 3s. Which other app do you recommend?
The app?
Something which can be of help in teaching.
To the kids. Now,
in addition to what you have, like the practical things.
Okay. Okay, Philomena, once you've met me, I'll never leave you. I'm not like Jesus, but I'm saying the moment you have met, we will never leave you. We'll work with you. Stimulus, we don't drop anybody. We have worked with various people. We have trained the MIE experts. We have so many MIE experts now because of what we've been doing as Team Labs. And what I want to confirm to you is that we'll never leave you now. Those groups, once you finish this project, don't leave. We are going to guide you on the next courses that we are going to be training you on. And that way, we don't want to put everything together on the same day, because some people get what we call cognitive load, and that is not a good one. So we want to sustain that slowly by slowly. We'll take you through programs, and we'll keep you with us for a long, long time, including training people for the STEM that is coming up in CBC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
The time is not on our side, my people, but what I want you to guys to do now, I can see someone Nyakundi is here now. What I encourage you to do now is start thinking when you can do your sessions. You can invite other teachers, like in Deritu. I trained all in Deritu, and he was able to bring other teachers who were able to get the certificates. So please go do that, and then we will be able even to reimburse you for your bundles, because this is also an intense activity. And I know teachers have too much to do. I respect you very much. Samuel.
Yes, sir. Maybe one question.
Please.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
So I came to this meeting late. Sorry for that. And so, like, maybe just an overview, and I've seen like you have a group, you've added some few members. Maybe you can add me in that group so that I can be getting the daily updates about what's happening.
Can you see the meeting chat of this group? Sam?
Yes.
Can you see the meeting group of this, the meeting chat? If you click, can you see this place where there is a chat thing at the top?
At the top.
Can you see this chat here? Can you see something at the corner of the meeting where you are, where it's talking about things the links that we have been sharing? Okay, Samuel, I'm going to do this because I know you might be having a challenge. I have my number 0723 048 965. Then I will talk to you.
Pardon, just once more.
0723
0723
048 965. Yes. I'm going to open the game again for the people who have missed the news, because today we have missed the news. I didn't want us to miss the news. You can click on the link and you can start the game later after we have left. I'm going to replay it. At this stage, it's a moment to take a photo with you. Always a pleasure to have this moment to connect. 3, 2, 1.